Hello, this is Dave at mineralrightsearch.com and AFX Title. One segment of real estate ownership that's becoming quite popular in the last year or two is the mineral rights for that property. In many cases, these can be separated from the surface rights. So if you own a property at 12 Main Street, you have the land, the house, everything that goes along with living there, but the subsurface rights, minerals, oil and gas, any other type, even water rights, may be separated from that surface ownership at some point in the past so that somebody else owns those mineral rights. Notice of those mineral rights being separate does not run with the surface rights deed. So if you have a deed to a property, let's say like this one, you buy a house and it says, here's the deed, I'm a buyer, I'm a seller. It may not mention anything about mineral rights on that deed. They may run with this property. They may have been separated at some point in the past. So a good mineral rights search will determine who the active owner of those mineral rights are. More importantly, it'll tell you if they've been dormant, they might revert back to the current owner. They might revert to somebody else. So a lot of times these mineral rights were transferred 50, 60, 100 years ago, and no one's done anything with them. And if that's the case, there may be methods for those to revert back to the current owner, either through statute, through the deed, or maybe even adverse possession. So finding out what the last transfer of mineral rights were is important. If there are none, you'll find that they run with the deed and the surface owner has them. How's that done? Well, first thing you do is you'll chain back, do a chain of ownership of the surface rights back in time, some period, 50, 60 years. Find where the mineral rights split off and then chain that mineral rights forward. You'll find that over the last few years, the viability of minerals or oil and gas or extracting these things from the earth has increased, where it may have been not worth it to pull coal from the underneath the ground 50, 60 years ago because of the price of coal. Now, since energy prices have increased, you may find that it's worth exploring those mineral rights. That's good news for the current landowner, because if they were not worth extracting in the past, nobody did anything with them, they may have become dormant and there may be some reverter clause. Find out first who on paper has those mineral rights, and then you can look at where to go from there as far as legal advice or accumulating those for yourself. If you have more questions about mineral rights, you can reach us at our website at titlesearch.com. We have a very specific website about mineral rights. Guess what? It's called mineralrightsearch.com. Very easy to find. And if you have more information about your property that you can give us, we can look up those mineral rights for you.